exclusive interview to India Today. Congress's senior leader Jairam Ramesh has attacked Arun Jaitley's version of the goods and services tax bill. Now, Jairam Ramesh has asserted that the Congress does want a GST. Jairam Ramesh has said that there has been no engagement or dialogue by the ruling party over the GST. Congress's GST wish list includes a moderate GST with no more than 18 to 20%, an independent dispute settlement mechanism. Ramesh has also called upon the BJP to explain their U-turn on the tax legislation. Ramesh has told India Today that the Congress has given its dissent note in the committee.
The Congress party wants a GST. We want a GST that is a good and simple tax. Mr. Jaitley's GST is neither good nor simple, but it's a tax all right. The government has not responded. The government responds through sound bites and headlines. There's no dialogue between the two political parties. Congress party wants a GST, a moderate GST, no more than 18 to 20% at most, a GST that protects the revenues of panchayats and nagarpalikas, a GST that has an independent dispute settlement mechanism, a GST that does not have an additional surcharge of 1% as it exists today, and a GST that also ensures that the compensation of states is fully assured over the next 5 years.
Okay, let's get in a word from Executive Editor Javed Ansari. Javed, what is the sense that you get? Because, GST is something that the Congress, while in government, pursued it for the longest time and the BJP was not ready to come on board. So is the Congress's attitude now really about paying back the BJP in its own coin, or is it about significant differences in the GST that it wanted to come on board and the GST that the BJP is now presenting?
Smita, it's a bit of both. Like in all such cases, the truth lies somewhere in between. It is a fact. And later on in the course of this interview, Jairam clearly laid the blame at Mr. Narendra Modi's door, saying that when he was Chief Minister, he deliberately ensured that we were unable to pass the GST for the last 3 years. But he did also hold out hope, saying that we have we have some certain differences. There are 3 or 4 issues which we want clarified, and the government must come forward and talk. Now the onus is on the government. It's in the interest of the government of the day to ensure that legislations and as important substantive legislations like GST are passed, and therefore it needs to talk to the Congress, because without the support of the Congress, they will never be able to muster up the 2/3 required majority in Parliament, especially in the Rajya Sabha, for it to be passed. And therefore,
Javed, we've seen the fate of this land acquisition bill that the government was trying to pursue, and now in fact the ordinance has been allowed to lapse, as was mentioned by Narendra Modi. On GST, if the government does sort of reach out to the Congress, will we see that special session which has been spoken about sort of happen and the Congress come on board, or it will still be open to the Congress's further demands?
Look, my sense of it is that the Congress will come around to GST, but the government will have to take the initiative of consulting them, and out of the 5 issues that the Congress has raised, the government will have to concede on a few. If the government is prepared to do that, I think there is the view in the Congress party is that they will eventually come around to supporting GST.
Okay, for now, Javed Ansari, many thanks for having joined us and for also getting in that exclusive interview with Jairam Ramesh, where the Congress is clearly up the ante and has also, in a way, put the ball in the BJP's court, saying that the government must reach out to the Congress and the opposition on the issue of the GST.